Yo, what up, all you flat-ass Ozempic nothings?
You flat back, no ass having.
Oh, boy.
Ozempic using nothings, like Rich Davis said. Steve, members only Covino, throwing it back on a Thursday. Dickie Doodle Davis, Rich Davis, welcome to Overpromised, our bonus podcast. Again, we're Monday through Friday on Fox Sports Radio, 2 to 4 out here on the West, 5 to 7 on the East. Search our podcast, Covino Rich, but this is our bonus pod, and I'm glad you're here.
I'm going to pull a Chris Everett, Jim Rome.
Uh-oh.
If you call me Dickie Doodle Davis one more time, do it.
Well, I have a lot to get to, but I might say it a few times. Dickie Doodle Davis. I always loved that. Yeah. That was one of my favorites, man. Of
course,
Jim Rome throwing it back way back in the day, because as a kid, you were like, it was very like wrestling-like, and you were like, is that real or not?
Is it real? And it was.
That was great. So a lot to get to on our bonus pod. Again, things we don't have time for on our regular show. Walking out when it's over. Like just knowing when it's done and leaving with a little bit of dignity.
But this happens in marriages, relationships, jobs, sports. So we're going to talk about the weird walk-offs. Not walk-off home runs or walk-off hits or shots. We're talking about like, shit's done. I quit. I'm out. So we'll get to that because there's a story in the world of fighting. So before we get to all that, the NFL schedule release. Do you look at this as awesome, NFL is king, or do you say, this is fucking ridiculous? This is absurd. Yo, it's a schedule, and it's a special that people are watching. Millions of people are watching.
I get it. Yesterday was like a big giant holiday, right? Yeah. Rich released himself to the schedule release.
I was that excited.
That's how excited he was. I know, sounds creepy, but it's true. He's a big 49ers
7
guy.
primetime games.
Now,
yes.
The question like Rich posed, is it overboard or awesome? And here's how I break it down. The actual release and the way NFL has embraced it and put out these next level little trailers about the schedule, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Everybody's overreaction to it is a little overboard.
I don't know if it's an overreaction as much as, hey, listen, man, I love football. You love football. Of all the sports out there, listen, I'm a Mets fan. I like the NBA. I love all sports. But nothing compares.
But it's not the game. You're getting excited about a schedule. And I think it comes down to not even how invested you are in your team, the type of person you are. Like, I'm a terrible planner. So I focus one step, one punch, one round at a time.
That's the difference
between you and me. One day at a
time.
I'm like Schneider, bro. Schneider, one day at a time. You know, I don't like looking too far ahead. You look too far ahead, you're stepping on little people. You're knocking over toddlers along the way because you're too far ahead. I'm that guy who likes to focus at the moment, although it's very important. I'm not downplaying the importance of the schedule and knowing what's coming up. That's me.
Is that your dad?
It might be my real dad, yeah. But yeah, my dad still has a mustache like that.
And a keychain with 50 keys on it.
You're absolutely right. For me, getting too far ahead, it gets too confusing. And again, I'm 1 week, one game, one matchup at a time.
You know what? Covino and I, while I'm married and he has a girlfriend, we're sort of life partners in the weirdest way because we've worked together 20 years. I think it's a good balance that I'm a big planner and you are not. Covino's the type of guy that's like, yo, bro, can you help me find the flight? I'm flying out in 3 days. I'm the type of guy that's like, what am I doing in July and August? So I think a balance in your friendships and relationships work that way. But I look at the schedule and I say, ooh, what am I going to be watching while I eat my Thanksgiving turkey? What guys' weekend are we planning? Are we going to Tennessee, Miami, San Francisco? I look at the schedule as let me see what are we watching on Christmas Day? See, those things matter.
There's lots of sayings about how plans never go according to the way you think they're going to go. And life's what happens when you're too busy planning. I think John Lennon said something like that. So for me, yeah, it's good to have these vacations to look forward to and these games to look forward to. But you're getting way ahead of yourself half the time when you don't know, who's hurt, who's available, who's playing, where the team's going to be for that game. And here you are, the schedule. Meanwhile, your team could be out of it, weeks before. You don't know anything about it.
Well, so make fun of my schedule release all you want, but 32 teams, all of them put out some type of promotional video.
You know what it feels like?
Sketch.
It feels like this. And again, I'll make it clear. The bits and the sketches, awesome.
It seemed like a school project where it's like, all right, teams, release your funniest little way to do the schedule?
Yeah, I love all that. The overboard reaction is too much. It's like, you remember when people would go crazy for bacon, and it's like, all right, dude.
We get it.
We get it.
You love
like bacon, and you like bacon on everything. You love bacon on your ice cream, and bacon on this, and bacon on that. Man, I love bacon. It's like, we all love bacon.
That's how we are about the NFL.
But you're getting overboard with your love of bacon. All right, you want to be bacon guy now? Okay. Yeah. I feel like it's a little overboard to the reaction of a schedule.
Well,
that's it.
Buddy boy, let me tell you, every team has put out something. And there's a few highlights. I want to give a couple shout outs if that's cool with you.
Sure.
Again, some people are very simplistic. Like the Texans just did ASMR. The 49ers had a Nick Bosa impersonator being like, hey, week 7, we blew the... There's the Cardinals who came in last place, according to a lot of people, because they just had a spray-painted mural. And then at the end, it's like, here's the schedule.
You made me think of something else, too. A lot of this stuff we saw already, or at least knew already before the big release. So it's like the NFL is doing what big-time movies do now. You're giving us all the good parts, and we haven't even seen the movie yet. And then you see the movie, like, oh, I already saw all that.
Yeah.
The NFL gave a lot of breadcrumbs, a lot of little Reese's Pieces along the way, a lot of hints of what was to come. They gave us a lot of the big games before the schedule even came out. So it's like, hey, I already saw the trailer. I don't need to see the movie.
Well,
so I feel like they're taking away from the release by giving us a lot of that information even before it comes out.
With all 32 teams taking part in this, there's going to be winners. There's going to be losers because everyone loves to judge, right? Because we're all so damn judgy. Let me give you my top 5. I've watched them all. I've analyzed them. I think I know the schedule inside and out. Number 5, I'll give to the Philadelphia Eagles. They did this skit where they were sitting down with super fans, going over the games. Take a look at Philadelphia.
You're here today? Enlighten me.
We want to assess the psychological readiness of Eagles fans ahead of the 2024 season.
You think we're ready? We're ready!
Okay, why don't we get started, shall we? What's the first word that you think of when I show you this?
Packers logo.
They're going to Brazil to get their first loss of the season.
And then it's like a super fans, like in a...
Brian Dawkins. Slamming! Algae crumpling right there at the link. That's what I see.
You see all of that?
So it's just like super fans acting a fool in like a lab, essentially.
I don't know if it's in the setting that we're in right at this moment.
Yeah.
But I feel like if that's your top 5, I hate to see the rest. That's how I feel.
Maybe that fell flat a little bit. Sorry. Shit.
You know what I mean?
No, it's like I just feel like I shared
wait till you see this video. Oh, man, you're going to love it.
Look at this. Oh.
And then you show your friend, and he's like,
maybe that wasn't as good as I remember.
It's kind of how I'm feeling.
Shit. All right, let me give you number 4.
I'm not trying to be the party pooper.
Oh.
I understand the importance of a schedule towards the end of the season when you're starting see things play out because these games are of high importance.
Right.
I get all that, but again, what do you predict in the future here?
What do we always say? It's sports funny. This is not Bill Burr. This is not Louis C.K. or Dave Chappelle or Chris Rock.
Hey, it doesn't matter what my opinion is, Rich, because the reality is people freak out about it. So
that's
just the truth.
Let's stay in Pennsylvania.
All right.
The Pittsburgh Steelers had one where if you could get Debo to laugh with a dad joke, take a look at the Pittsburgh Steelers one. I think this is pretty good. They told their players if they can make Debo laugh, they could see the schedule early. And there he is, superstar, James Harrison. So you have to make Harrison laugh with a dad joke.
Why did the pony ask for a glass of water, Debo? Because it was a little horse. Why so serious?
What do you call a jet that flies backwards?
That's funny.
You might get this one. A receding airline.
Why would I get that? Explain that joke to me.
The hair thing. We'll just go to the next one.
No, we're not done.
What do you call a horse that lives next door? A neighbor.
Can y'all give me some better questions? This man
This one's good.
Yeah.
Philadelphia Eagle. Eagle, like illegal. Bruh, he's not laughing.
Because the receding hairline is like, or airline.
But you're saying I would get it because...
Well, I feel like you know a lot of people with hair disabilities.
I think they've done a great job playing these out.
Yeah, so Steelers, you agree? Good one?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm actually impressed because like you sort of insinuated before, sometimes athletes are really stiff and they're not funny. They seem very natural and having fun in that moment. Yeah.
Now, now I'm watching it. Maybe I should have rated it higher. Number 3, I'll give to America's team, the Dallas Cowboys. They sort of pranked fans from each team by FaceTiming them. Like when they play the Giants, they just FaceTime Eli Manning and he's like, hello? And like it's just sort of like a FaceTime prank. Maybe this one didn't land either. So Jerry Jones is with fans.
Yo.
Jake Paul answers.
I'm a part of one of these things.
So they just go through like celebrities and notable people that are fans of the teams they're playing.
Right.
No way.
There's Eli.
The world? Hello? I think I got the wrong number.
So they just sort of prank people that are fans of the teams they're playing.
Hi, everyone.
So anyway, Cowboys number 3. All right.
No, because here's the other side story.
Get funny?
Yeah, the other side story is, you know what that's great for? Cowboys fans. Like to think that everybody else is super pumped about it. I don't know about that.
Man, I feel like I'm a comedian that's getting the crickets. But here's the thing. You know what it also points out though? It also points out that these might be funny things that you laugh at while you're doing the bowl scroll or like by yourself. But these might not be share worthy. Like, bro, you got to see this.
That's called relative proximity funny.
Yeah.
And when you're bored on the bowl by yourself, it might be the funniest thing going.
Well, this one.
But you got no other option in that moment.
This one even made the realms of like TMZ and all, Google News. So number 2, people love this. I thought it was good, but people love that they did a whole skit with Julian Edelman. And
got a lot of press.
He is, it's a playoff of Goodwill Hunting for the Patriots schedule.
Yeah, and Gronk.
And Gronk's in it too. Mm-hmm. So it's a bunch of legendary Patriots in a skit.
On the campus of one of the NFL's most storied teams.
All right, here we go, listen up. Hey, this theorem on the board right here will help us predict our schedule. We've been working on it the last 2 years. Hopefully one of you guys in here can prove it right.
The most gifted mind to ever enter the stadium.
This is correct. Who did this?
Is the person who cleans its floors. Meet Jules Hunting.
Jules Hunting. A dumb
this
playoff
kid's
of
genius is unparalleled.
Sounds like the Dos Equis voiceover guy.
We got to get the rest of this schedule.
You're telling me that this kid cracked the code that it took the whole offseason to come up with?
The art of scouting lies.
So anyway, that's the one that's getting a lot of props, the Patriots. And I think number 1.
Can I give my
please
Gene Siskel? You know why though? Here's why.
Okay.
Here's why. And I'm not the king of comedy. It's not me and Steve Harvey and Cedric the Entertainer.
I got you.
But I think in today's world, where you want bam, 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 bam,
it's a little too long,
and you're on TikTok, and you're like, make me laugh, make me laugh, make me laugh, funny, funny, funny. You want things to hit quick. That felt like it dragged a little bit.
I know.
Or again, maybe in this setting. I don't know.
In this setting, I'll tell you what. There's a different setting. And here's a lesson to be learned. Look at this. We're teaching you guys shit. When you're watching something sitting by yourself, those dead spots don't feel the way they do when you're showing a friend.
That's true. He's right. And Rich isn't wrong. That's extremely viral. And all of this is extremely popular. That's why we're talking about it right now. That's why the question to you, Fox Sports Radio Nation, is, are they overboard or awesome with these releases? And again, I'm saying...
It could be both.
It could be both, but I'm saying the product is awesome. The reactions are overboard.
Yeah. See, great example. Like I said, we're learning lessons. When you show your buddy something, it's got to be like 10 seconds.
That's true.
It's hard to show your friend. Like,
and by the way, it's the art of threes, isn't it? The art of threes, where you're only supposed to pick 3 pictures of your kids, 3 pictures of your puppy, 3 videos that you like.
But here's the thing. Showing your buddy, yo, look at this 10-second TikTok clip is way different than, hey, dude, watch this 3-minute Patriots video.
I mean, we're being overly critical.
Of course we are.
Though, so
very funny watching alone.
Right.
Showing your buddy, maybe not. And the number 1 answer,
Number one,
I think, has to be the Los Angeles Chargers. They did a Sims version of their schedule, but when I tell you they clowned on everyone, literally, week one, they're playing the the Raiders, and
because they did it in Sims cartoon form, animated form, they were able to get away with more, maybe.
Yeah, they made fun of Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. They made fun of
clown. They turned the Raiders actually into clowns.
Yeah, they made fun of Steelers and Justin Fields and Russell Wilson together. So you can just watch a second of it. They do this whole bit. They left all the other teams in the pool without a ladder. Turning a Raiders fan into an actual clown for week one. The Steelers, week 3, they have Russell Wilson, and then Justin Fields shows up too, and they're like, what the hell?
See, again, pushing the envelope here. And I bet if you look back, a lot of Easter eggs. There's Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
There's probably a lot of stuff we're missing. So week 3, I guess, the Chiefs.
But I think one of the takeaways is that we live in a world where I guarantee today's the biggest day for all these social media directors that are either getting pats on the back or high fives, or why didn't you do better? If you're on these lists of like worst ones or best ones, you don't think that's like, pun intended, the Super Bowl for these social media people?
Yeah, it's a big deal.
Like if everyone's saying, man, you know who sucked? The Titans. The Titans social media director is being told today, like, what the fuck?
Well,
now if you're the Patriots social media team or the Chargers today, you're getting pats on the back, like, good job, Johnson.
I'll give you Brent Rambo. You know who Brent Rambo is?
Yeah.
The kid on the computer. Yeah, Chargers, you get that Rambo. Because you pushed the envelope, and I think you got away with more because you did it in cartoon form.
I think someone should have incorporated Brent Rambo into their schedule release.
What? I give all of them pretty much a Brent Rambo. Like,
imagine if they incorporated all the social media people over our life into the release. Like,
by the way, Brent Rambo's a famous GIF nowadays. He's a little kid with spiky hair, and he just gives a thumbs up.
Looks like a young Brian Bosworth.
You've been seeing. I see nowadays it's been a GIF for like 15 years. All right, so that's your NFL schedule.
Yeah,
it is a big
buddy.
deal. I'm not trying to rain on anyone's fun and excitement for the season to come, but I don't think the schedule matters all that much until you start proving yourself
know what it's like?
as a contender, and then who are you playing down the stretch?
You know what it's like, buddy? It's like every year. Oh, there's Brent Rambo. I'll tell you what it's like.
Chargers, I give you that.
I'll tell you what it's like, buddy. You look at week 9, Sunday or Monday Night Football. Now, much like your favorite 90s pop rock fan, Toad the Wet Sprocket, the NFL has good intentions. The intention is like, let's get the matchups that all the fans and people want to see. But what'll happen is, like last year with the Jets, they lose Aaron Rodgers, or the Broncos stink when they thought they were going to be good. And sometimes you can look at the schedule and say, dude, I can't wait for week 11. It's going to be Chiefs-Bills. For all we know, one of those teams shits the bed, and it doesn't have that same
But the
hype.
NFL does a great job
try their best, and they do great.
doing it. Yeah, and it usually does pan out to be like, wow, how did they do that, man?
Yeah.
So, hey, the NFL schedules are out. Football fans getting pumped. And you got to give the NFL credit, too, for, again, making these overboard and awesome because, you know, we're in the middle of the NBA playoffs.
Yeah.
Right? Baseball season's heating up. There's a big fight this weekend, Fury Usyk, and we're sitting here talking about the NFL.
We're talking about we're talking about an actual schedule opposed to the actual sport.
Exactly. That's amazing in itself. That's how crazy we are for the NFL, for football here on the CNR show, Fox Sports Radio in this country.
Now, we started talking about this earlier on today's Fox Sports Radio show, but we didn't get to dive into it enough. The announcer, Dan Hennessey, Covino is a big fight fan, as you know. This is the guy that announced a woman's fight, and he declared the wrong person victorious.
It wasn't just a woman's fight. Let me explain briefly.
Okay.
This was a title fight, and the champion, her name is Nina Hughes, was fighting challenger Cherika Johnson, who's from Australia. So the hometown woman fights her heart out and earns the belt. The announcers, Joe Tessitore, Timothy Bradley, everybody at home, everybody knew that, wow, Trinica Johnson just upset the champion and she's going to win the belt at home.
In her hometown. That's so
in
nice.
Australia. So this is going to be a wonderful moment. This is cool. Is what the crowd came here to see, right? And this guy, Lieutenant Dan Hennessey, already flubbed earlier in the night. He already messed something up earlier, and you hear the reference.
Well, he read the scorecards incorrectly.
Yes. And when he announces the Bantamweight Championship title belt, he just messes up the whole thing.
And by the way, Nakamura, who had that 98-92 scorecard, will be the referee for Lomachenko.
95-95. Keatley scores the competition. 96-94. Nakamura 98-92 for your winner by majority. Fighting out of the blue corner. Center beats John.
Is this guy for real?
Wow.
Is this guy Lieutenant Dan Hennessey for real?
So he announces Nina Hughes the winner.
Yeah.
Only to come back and about a minute later to be like, wait. And he doesn't even say I messed up. He just redoes it. The announcers are confused. Everybody at home's confused. I'm like, wait, what just happened? And then he says, no, my bad, basically. Trinica Johnson, who you came here to see, she won. Oh, I ruined the moment. I'm sorry. It's a Steve Harvey, really.
Steve Harvey, a Warren Beatty at the Oscars. There have been people that have messed up, but the follow-up story.
No. Please don't fast forward yet.
Okay.
What you didn't hear there is Joe Tessitore tear him a new, as who?
Yeah.
He Tessitore him up. It was absurd the way he got into Dan Hennessey and even Timothy Bradley's like, yo, I'm dead. What just happened? That's crazy. Yo, what's going on here? It's ridiculous. He basically said, what sort of ridiculous moment is this? Who is this amateur? Get this guy out of here. Where's James Lennon Jr.?
Yeah.
Where's Michael Buffer? Or one of my favorites, Joe A. Martinez. You know, why this dude? He ruined the moment. And Tessitore didn't hold back at all. And that led into a lot of other criticism from other people on social media. And then we got the update that boxing announcer Dan Hennessey retires after naming the wrong winner. No longer the world's punching bag. So he put out a public statement and released that he's retired. He's done because he was getting destroyed. And again, I'm not saying Tessitore was wrong, but he opened up the floodgates when he didn't hold back in that moment.
Yeah, saying he's no longer the world's punching bag. He thanks everyone for their support, but the backlash was too much. So he said, you know what? I messed up. I'm out. I retire. I'm done.
So the announcer threw out a sudden sort of announcement. And that leads us to other times people knew when to walk away and admitted,
well,
it's over.
I don't know if they knew when to walk away because some of these are awkward. Like let's get right into it. Let's
well,
zip
they
through
walked
these.
away.
Antonio Brown. I know it wasn't that long ago, but I think we forget sometimes how embarrassing. Remember, he just took his jersey off and started like dancing through the end zone. He's like, I'm done. Remember with the
But again, left
the
us
Bucks?
with that same feeling of confusion. Like, whoa, what happened here?
I look at Mike Evans trying to be like, dude, don't do it.
What's going on?
Took off his stuff. And you remember he started like doing jumping jacks through the end
Well,
zone?
there's that fine line of, going out on your own terms and being an embarrassment. And here's a little bit of both, actually. So, yeah, AB, that was a weird one. He just called it quits right then and there.
Oh, so odd.
But I remember thinking there's no coming back from that. That's it.
That's Antonio Brown without his uniform, we are told.
Middle of a game.
Without his jersey.
Wow.
And running out of the field.
Talk about distracting.
Damn. You know what also comes to mind football-wise? I believe it was Vontae Davis.
Yeah.
On the Buffalo Bills. He retired at halftime. Remember, he's like, I just don't got it anymore. In fact,
I just don't have the fighting guts.
I'm not going out in the second half. I'm done. And he just retired at halftime.
Again, just sort of trying to hold on to some dignity, I guess, and knowing when to say when, or just having a realization. I don't know what's going on in that moment. But
Spot, you have audio of one of his teammates. Was it Lorenzo Alexander? Take a listen to this. This is him talking about Vontae Davis.
Have you seen anything like that in your NFL
Never
career?
seen it ever. Pop Warner, high school, college, pros, never heard of it, never seen it. And it's just completely disrespectful to his teammates.
Did he say anything to you as a veteran?
Did he say anybody to
He
anything?
didn't say nothing to nobody.
He left? When did you find out?
You know as much as I know. I found out going in the second half of the game.
Yeah, but you know what?
Coming out said he said
He's like, maybe some people, like everybody's different, right?
Yeah.
Some people get married and they find that person. Other people are like, when you know, you know.
Yeah.
Trust me, when you know, you know. Maybe some people hit a point and it's not like they planned it out that way.
Yeah. I'm just
But
done.
when they knew,
They knew.
they just knew. I don't know. I'm just trying to figure it out and understand it myself.
Yeah, well.
But another one that comes to mind for me, and there's an explanation to it, is the classic Roberto Duran calling it quits against Sugar Ray Leonard with the no mas.
Was it really just he was like, I've had enough, right?
He had enough of Sugar Ray Leonard clowning him around. He was a rageful, prideful guy, and he was being clowned around by an annoying Sugar Ray Leonard. Like, Sugar Ray Leonard was just an annoying fighter, and he was getting to him mentally.
Yeah,
he's,
is
like,
that Durant?
he's like, this guy doesn't want to fight.
No mas.
Yeah. Quit mid-fight. And Hands of Stone right there got so much criticism till this day, and he still says, though, he never said no mas. That just became the story.
Well,
meaning, no more, I'm done.
Let me throw one more at you. I know this is your favorite one.
This is my, because you know why, Rich? This is often how I feel when I'm socializing. When I'm out and about, could be a company party, could be a gathering, little get-together, someone's birthday party. I'm having fun, I'm in the moment, but something hits me like that.
It's time.
And I'm like, yeah, it's, you know what? It's time. And I either pull an Irish exit, or I call it a Mexican exit, or it's a beak or dip away, or I do this.
I'm pretty tired. Think I'll go home now.
Yeah, just like that. Right in the middle of it.
Yeah, Forrest Gump
No
said,
reason.
I'm done running.
No reason. I just know my time's up.
It's done.
And I feel that way, and I'll do whatever. Like, I'll play some air, the song will be on, and like play some air guitar and just float my way out the door and just try to leave.
You know, based on what you're saying,
before everyone sees me
honestly,
like tired or buzzed or sleepy or
bro.
Yeah.
We'll see you guys later. I'm tired now.
You hit that point.
We'll see you guys. Overpromised is done. Arrivederci, baby.
Hey, Fury
Goodbye.
Usyk this weekend. Fury Usyk, enjoy the fights.
Arrivederci, baby.
See you in the overpromised land. He was done.